Okay.
Hello. This is something that I've been wanting to do for a while. I had to bring a normie in here.
I guess that's me.
Yeah,
I'm playing the
yeah.
older normie.
Yeah, because I needed someone to bounce my opinions off of here. So,
Mm.
Noct. I don't think Noct is very good. Am I out of pocket for thinking that?
No, I don't think so. I think this is probably like one of the first, if not the first
It is
map that I
not-
played with zombies.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking. Okay.
And no, and I can't exactly put it in F just because of that for the memories, but it's a pretty bare bones map.
So,
There's really not a lot to it.
I think Black Ops 1 Noct, because there's a lot of differences between the games. I think Black Ops 1 Noct D tier. D tier. Dizzles. Because it's not, and you know what? Let me just get this out of the way. World at War Noct, garbage. Dog shit. Trash. Dude, World at War Noct takes 25 fucking minutes to get to like round 12. You spend a solid 20 minutes the first 10 rounds doing fucking nothing. When the map came out and we were all kids playing it for the first time, that was okay. It built atmosphere. But holy shit, does it not stand the test of time. You spend a solid 30 minutes just getting to the point where you're like actually doing anything. This map fucking blows. Black Ops 1 speeds it up immensely. All right. Black Ops 1 Verrucht. Now, I am aware that a lot of people do not like Verrucht. I know that a lot of people think Verrucht is hard because, super sprinters and stuff. But I'm kind of feeling either C or D. You got anything to say about Verrucht?
I think it's a pretty good goalpost because I think that it's got good parts, it's got bad parts. I wouldn't say it's overall negative. I would put it in C. I'm pretty happy with it.
I feel like Verrucht is better than Noct. Like, if I had to play a map, I would rather play Verrucht on Noct if I turned on Black Ops 1 right now. Shino Numa, I feel is kind of on the same tier as Verrucht. It's easier, it's more brain dead. I don't like hunting for perks in the side rooms. Yeah, this map is on par with Verrucht.
Yeah, I would say they're about equal. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Der Riese, however, I don't care to hear it. People are gonna say this map should be S tier, but I'm kind of like this ballpark.
No, I think I agree. I think I agree with like an A tier.
Yeah, it's like BA. Like, it's in this. It's like right in between. Like, if I could put this like over here, I would. Because
like a B plus A minus kind of area.
Because Der Riese is good. If okay, look, let me put it this way. If I had to turn on Black Ops 1 right now, I would play Der Riese. I would play Der Riese. I would not want to play any
easy. It's a pretty easy choice. Yeah, I would personally put it in A.
All right, we'll put it in A for now, but the more that I look at this as we go along, that is subject to change. Bus Depot.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay, I don't know if you're familiar with these, but these are each section of TranZit as its own little mini survival
farm. Okay. Yeah.
Bus Depot. I was kind of a fan of Bus Depot.
Really?
I would rather play Bus Depot than fucking Noct, like on the older versions, because at least Bus Depot, you're in the action after like 2 minutes. You're at the point where you have to train, run around.
I can agree with that.
There's a little bit of nuance. Whereas with fucking Noct in the old CODs, bro, how much of old Noct do you just spend doing literally fucking nothing?
Yeah.
Farm?
Terrible. I hate
Really?
farm.
You hate farm?
I do not like farm. No.
You think farm is like, where would you put farm?
I would put farm around. I would put it at like I would put it like below Bus Depot, but I don't know if I would put it at Noct level.
Damn, really? You're thinking like here. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm
not a fan of farm.
I kind of like farm.
Really?
Yeah, farm. You know what? The more that I think about it, it's got more room than Bus Depot, so it's a little easier than Bus Depot, and it takes a little longer to get going. And I guess the training, because there's drop downs, so it breaks the training. I can kind of see what you're saying.
And also, I feel like it gets old a little fast. Like, I do not really ever find myself stopping at farm very often. Like, it's not something that, I don't know. It's not something where it's like, man, I want to play some rounds
on the main TranZit map. Farm is fucking amazing because it's got the biggest training spot, but like, even then it's really boring. Okay, Town, however, is actually pretty.
Yeah, Town. I like
Town.
I don't know if I would put it at. It's in between A and B. For me.
I think you're fucking delusional. I think you need to fucking shut the hell up right now. I think Town is up there with Riese. I think Town. Honestly, I can't quite say it's up here. But man, is it close. Town, I feel like, is zombies distilled to its most perfect form. Town is basically just, it's like Kino. It's got a lot of the same things going on as that. It's incredibly simple. It's very basic, but it has all of the things.
It works.
You can turn it on with your friends, play it for 30 minutes, and have a really good time. But it's not better. It's not good for much outside of that.
Nuketown. Oh my god.
All right, you go first, because we all know I am not one to shy away from my opinion. So let's hear what you have to say.
So, this is going to be controversial. I am definitely biased against Nuketown. Especially multiplayer, I think is a terrible map. I don't like it. And I don't think the Black Ops 2 map for the zombies version of it is much better.
Okay, so I will agree with you. Nuketown with 4 players is like down here. It is a miserable experience because it's way too tight. However, solo, I think Nuketown is really fucking good solo. I like how you have little control over the perks, which I thought I would personally fucking hate, but I've actually grown to really like it the more that I play it.
I'm actually surprised to hear that from you because
normally
RNG...
I hate RNG, yeah, but because you get everything by round 20, I feel like if you really need perks by round 20 in Black Ops 2, you're just kind of bad. The amount of Black Ops 3 fucking gumball babies that are like down on like round 7 because they don't have Jug and they can't handle 2 hit downs will always forever more put a smile on my face. I don't know. I just like Nuketown because it forces you to stop fucking sucking.
The thing for me is that I am thinking of all these in the context of like a full like friend group. Like you're playing in a full like. I feel like that is the intended experience of these maps.
Feel like you're a fucking idiot because Nuketown, I think that applies if the map has a 4-player required for the Easter egg, which I do plan on talking about the Easter egg for some of these. Well, a lot of them actually.
Well, yeah.
But anyway, like Nuketown, I feel like Nuketown is the exception. I feel like you're supposed to play it solo. I don't think you're intended to play it with 4 people. I think just kind of like Town. Like, I feel like Town is also kind of, these small maps, I feel like are more self-contained experiences.
Yeah, I do agree that Town can get very cramped with 4 players and later rounds. But my only experience with Nuketown has been, of course, but we don't even have to.
No, shut up. Hold on, I want to talk about TranZit.
But yeah, with Nuketown, I've only played it with 4 people, playing it with friends, So with that kind of experience, not a big fan.
All right, TranZit. This is the most controversial map of all time. If you ask any like zombies YouTuber or anyone who can't formulate their own opinions and just fucking copy paste whatever they saw on like Reddit or YouTube, they would tell you this map is the worst map of all time. This is terrible. However, because
I actually didn't know the general consensus.
The general consensus of TranZit, 90% of the community tells you it is the worst map of all time. But really? I feel like this is massive fucking circle jerk. And you know what?
I would have no problem putting it like higher.
I feel like it goes up here.
I'm not putting it. I would never put it in S. But
yeah.
This is not a bad.
Here's a way I like to look at it. Would I rather, if I had to play zombies right now, because I have Black Ops 3, 2, 1, and World at War. Ironically enough, I have all 4 of these games downloaded. if I had to play zombies right now, TranZit would probably be in my top 10 list of things I'd want to go do. It would not be in my like bottom 5. I'm dreading this. And
yeah, I had such a like I remember so many times having an absolute blast with this map. Like
I like TranZit because it's like an optimizer's paradise where there are so many little things that you can do to make each run smoother than the next one.
Yeah, and you compare that to the depth of something like Noct, right? And it's not comparable. Like there's really a lot to sink your teeth in with this map. And if you put time into this map, it will give back to you for sure.
Like the thing, so people hate TranZit because of the denizens, but I actually like the denizens. Which, dude, I'm just imagining a world where you get some like goofball gaylord zombies YouTuber, they're gonna hear you like the denizens. What? Yo, chat, this guy is fucking insane. But I like how trying to perfectly time the knife to counter them. To maximize the distance you can travel, it actually gives you something to do while traveling, unlike fucking Origins where you're just stuck in the mud. And it's like, are you really going to tell me that the mud on Origins is more enjoyable than the denizens of TranZit? Because at least the denizens, it's a fucking skill issue if you're annoyed by them. Yeah. Because you can absolutely time hearing them and then latching onto your head and then preventing it with a preemptive knife. But you also have the teleporters to get around quickly, so you don't have to wait on the bus.
Yeah, like because the bus can be a pain point, but you don't really need to.
Really, I think the biggest thing of TranZit stopping me from rating it higher is there's like no wall weapon in the town portion, and the wall weapon in the farm area where you spend most of your time training is fucking dog shit. It's the shotgun. If it wasn't for the bad wall weapon placement, I would actually really, really like TranZit. I would put it like up there. Like, okay, another thing everybody likes to talk about is the jet gun being bad. Okay, first off, have you seen people play high round TranZit? The jet gun is not as bad as overreacting morons like to say it is. It just isn't as simple as click button, everything die. There's like I will say it breaking and you having to rebuild it, that does fucking suck. But once you get over that like skill issue and you actually use it pretty effectively, look, man, all I'm saying is the ray gun exists. There are worse wonder weapons by a large margin. Like, okay, here's another thing. The Sliquifier. Because Die Rise is next. The Sliquifier, objectively speaking, it is more fun to use than the jet gun, but it's not as good. It will eventually fall off. You will get less kills. If you go to, like, say, round 200, you will get less kills with the Sliquifier than you will the jet gun. And, you know, like, I hate to break it to you, but that's literally just the facts of the matter. Speaking of Die Rise, this map is fucking mid. I am not a fan of Die Rise. I enjoy.
It's kind of obnoxious to play on.
Yeah, I enjoy playing it once or twice, but God, dude, I don't like trying to gauge falls for the simple fact that gauging the fall, like I don't like platforming, especially in first-person games. Yeah, and this map has enough platforming that it's annoying. Also, playing it with other people and they can just put the fucking trampoline in spots that will kill you, and there's just this. Now that I'm thinking, the more I'm thinking about it, also the Easter egg. This is where we have to start talking about Easter eggs. Oh yeah, that's something else I should mention. The TranZit Easter egg. It's like this is another thing people love to say. It's bad. Like, yeah, sure, it's fucking bad. It's one of the first like quote unquote real Easter eggs they've ever done.
Yeah, one of the first.
Die Rise, but I'm not an Easter egg jack-offer. I like to just play to try and get to as high of a round as fast as possible and get as set up as I can as soon as possible. And TranZit's pretty good in that regard. There's a lot of little things you can do to make it go faster. Like, sure, the Easter egg sucks, but, like, I don't give a fuck about Easter. Let's put it this way. I did each Black Ops 3 Easter egg one time so I could get the RK5 start. And I've like 300 hours in Black Ops 3, all on zombies, never felt the need to do the Easter eggs more than once. I'm that kind of person. So, yeah, Die Rise Easter egg, however, is annoying as fuck. You gotta do the Mahjong shit. You gotta, the towers, that one step makes this Easter egg really obtuse and shitty, and I don't like it because of that. The Sliquifier is pretty good, though. But I don't like falling off. Oh, hold on. I just saw something offensive to my eyes. Nah. Moon.
Moon.
Go ahead. Let me hear it. Let me hear your opinion on Moon.
I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it's F tier. I would probably put it maybe like in D.
Don't you get the message, bitch? I don't want you here, spook.
I think Moon is as bad or worse than Nocturne and Toad. For the simple fact that this map is absolutely anti-fun to play. Okay, let me try to convince you on this real quick. So, one of the best areas to be, if you have to, is the spawn room, yeah? You gotta go there for the excavator. You can decompression the spawn room with explosives. So that limits the guns you can use. No ray gun, no Mustang and Sally, no grenades, none of that. So, first off, that's problem number one. Very limited in what you're allowed to do. Second off, the fucking astronaut. Oh my god, that has got to be the single worst boss, quote-unquote, boss zombie of all time. One of them. It is down there. He's still...
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
Any boss thing that steals your fucking perks. Terrible. Terrible. And then you consider that the perks he can steal, there's a 50% chance he's going to steal a perk that spawns on a rotating window in Area 51. Okay, hold on. Let me start off of Area 51. Area 51 is good the first time you go there, but then it's horrible. The fact that there's Jug and Speed Cola, because this is Black Ops 1 Moon.
Yeah, this is not Black Ops.
Jug and Speed Cola are the two best perks in Black Ops 1, period. You could argue Mule Kick is like the second best perk. You could argue that because the meta is like Mule Kick, Speed Cola, Jug, and then like Quick Revive.
Yeah, and there's also like excavators.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm gonna get to the fucking excavators because I have a lot to say. I think Moon is quite frankly the worst map of all time. But
and also I do agree like with the Easter egg on this.
I'm gonna get to the Easter egg. Just wait. So Area 51 is fucking perfect. It's perfect how you start out there. I love Area 51. I wish Area 51 was its own fucking map. Frankly, I love Area 51. However, you teleport back to the moon, and dealing with the spacesuit shit is garbage. And then you have to deal with low gravity. Low gravity makes it so that as you're just sprinting, especially in the old Black Ops 1 engine, as you're just sprinting, you'll just randomly like touch a ledge and go flying. So you lose control of your character and you can die to that. And you've got to go through that to get back to Area 51, to get your perks that the astronaut might steal. And it's not even always a skill issue if the astronaut steals it, because let's say you have to go walk through a door when you're doing the Easter egg, and he was in the hallway walking towards you, he just instantly fucking grabs you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Sure, you could always wait like 5 seconds or go really slow, but like, again, that's anti-fun. Who wants to just stop every single time they're gonna walk through a door? That's anti-fun. The excavators are anti-fun because you have no control over what's going to get excavated or where. Then you have to constantly go back and rehack it. And then the box on this map is filled with so much shit because of all the extra little moon-specific things that trying to get the wonder weapons that you need for the Easter egg takes longer than just about any other map in Zombies history. So let me talk about the Easter egg for a second. Oh my fucking god! Waiting for the excavator to hit the right area, fucking hacking it,
teleporter and
teleporting, following the orb around, needing both. You need to get 2 wonder weapons out of the box to do this fucking Easter egg. 2 of them! 2! No other map is like that, where you need to roll the box for 2, like, 1% drops. It's fucking ridiculous. The hacker is cool, but unless you're going to try hard the map, you can't really use the hacker most of the time. Because if you don't want to babysit excavators constantly, then you've got to keep the suit on, because everything's going to get depressurized. And just Moon you spend half the time playing Moon trying to avoid the astronaut, trying to babysit excavators, trying to reset up if you do lose a perk, because then it's like, oh, I lost Jug and it's on speed on Area 51, so now let me go fucking teleport back there. Then let me teleport back to the moon. Now let me wait around. And like, this map is also miserable to play if you have 4 people. because let's say you're playing with 4 people, and let's say you're really good at the game, but your friends aren't, and they're constantly going down every couple rounds. Happens to everyone. Then, my god, this whole map becomes just everyone waiting to teleport. Guys, what was the last perk on Area 51? There is literally nothing good about Moon.
Exactly, because you need Jug and you need everyone to be
Moon is made worse by... Moon has every hallmark of a bad map. It has an annoying boss zombie that has a lot of health and can take your perks and poses no threat other than that and gives you no reward. It has an annoying way to regather the 2 most essential perks that you need that have forced cooldowns to stop you from reacquiring them if you lose them. It gets worse with more people, and there's annoying environmental deaths that one-shot you, the excavators, if you don't constantly babysit them. And, worst of all, it can take control away from your character, because if you sprint and touch even a tiny ledge or pebble, you'll go fucking flying because of the zero gravity. Moon is such a failure of a map that if I hear someone tell me they like Moon or they rate it highly, I know, objectively speaking, that person doesn't know anything about good game design. Moon isn't just like an opinionated bad map. Moon has aspects of game design that fucking fail. There is a reason why they have almost never done the things that make Moon unique, the excavators, the astronaut, the zero gravity, they have never done them again. They brought zero gravity back for like Der Eisendrache. Yeah, but that was wall running. That was to make you do wall running. But they have never reintroduced any of the fucking mechanics or even any of the unique Easter egg steps to Moon. Because every unique thing that Moon did was an absolute fucking failure of game design. Moon is, objectively speaking, the worst map in all of zombies. Seriously. Like, at the moment I watch someone talk about zombies and they're like, man, Moon is so legendary, there's all this cool stuff. I'm like, you don't... Like, sure, that's an opinion. So you're allowed to have that opinion.
Conceptually cool. Like, I think it's cool if it were executed well. Like, I think that they had an idea and they just fell on their face. But just based off of I don't know. I think I could agree with that. But like Black Ops 3 Moon, for example.
Black Ops 3 Moon is better because you don't have to deal with the astronaut.
Exactly. Yeah. I would think just based off of the concept alone, like Noct is just such a boring map. I struggle.
Noct is just boring. Moon is outright fucking bad.
Like a miserable to
There
play.
is nothing more frustrating in Moon than, like, you're going to run to the next area to continue the Easter egg. Oh, an astronaut also just happened to be walking through the airlock. You have no time to react because he's right in front of you as soon as the door opens. Oh, he just took your perk. Oh, he took Jug. Now it's round 20. You have no Jug. You have to go back to Area 51, then come back because it was, like, speed. Yeah, and then it's like, now you have to wait around to get Jug. You can't really continue the Easter egg. And then, like, just fucking... Oh, and then if you're playing with friends and then they go down and then you got to repeat this shit all the time, and it's oh my god, fucking Moon is absolutely
true. That's bringing me back memories of playing Moon, like the original Moon with friends. And yeah, if you have someone shitting the bed, it is
even just one person. Even if just one person is having an off day, it drags Moon down a tier on its own. Even if you agree with me and say Moon is F tier, having a bad friend makes it below F tier, makes it fucking coal, brimstone even. Moon is fucking terrible. Okay, that's enough of my hate boner for Moon.
I do think that it's a tie between Noct just being overwhelmingly plain and Moon being offensive, like just offensively bad gameplay.
All right, Mob. Now on the complete fucking other end of the spectrum, Mob is like great. Mob is like S or A tier. Like it is.
I would put it in S personally. I really like Mob.
I'm pretty stingy with my S tier placements, but I can kind of see this. Mob is a great story, a fun to do Easter egg that isn't too out there, like retarded to figure out.
Yeah.
The Warden is one of the better boss zombies. He's rewarding to kill. The fucking Hell's Retriever is fun to do. Hey, like, again, you know how they never brought back, like, shit on Moon, like the fucking chasing the ball around and stuff? Well, just about every fucking Easter egg since Mob has had something where you gotta feed a thing on the wall. Because it's just a good step. It feels good.
Yeah.
Mob feels good. Mob plays good. Mob has a great assortment of weapons. The Wonder Weapon is easy to build, but a little annoying to upgrade. Like, Yeah, no, Mob is just really good. I think Mob is probably the peak of Black Ops 2. It is.
I was about to say, like, the reason I put it in S is because, like, anything that I could even think of would just be nitpicky. Like, it's hard to, like, what, I don't, do you see what I'm saying? Where it's like,
yeah.
it's just really, really, really solid.
Mob feels like they took everything they learned up until this point and just poured it into one map.
Yeah.
All right, Buried. Oh, no, never mind. Buried. I was thinking of Blood of the Dead for a second. Buried.
No.
Buried. What do you think? You go first.
Okay, so I think that, like Moon, Buried has a very cool idea. It's a very interesting kind of concept, and I don't think it's as bad as Moon, obviously. But I don't think it's particularly riveting to play on either. So, I mean, I'm not super crazy about it, but I don't think it's a terrible map.
I agree. I agree.
Like C.
Yeah, I would say C or B, because here's the way that I look at it, right? Would I rather play Buried or Bus Depot or Die Rise or Shinonuma or Verrucht? And the answer to that is hell no. Or I'm sorry, hell yes. I would rather go on Buried, because the chalk drawings, like, Buried is super fucking easy. But the way that it's easy allows for some optimization, you know? Like, I know someone's going to be like, oh my god, but do you think Buried's a good map? It's so boring. Yeah, it's boring if you just sit and jug with the resonator and shit. If you're one of those virgin, like, autistic people who does high rounds, yeah, Buried is one of the worst maps of all time. But I'm not one of those people. I just want to have fun. I don't care about going to, like, round 250 or whatever. I'm just saying, like, Buried feels good to get set up on. It's everything you do is massively rewarding. Just Buried just feels good because of how lenient it is. Also, I like things like trying to launch your Leroy. Like, it's good to try and get the most points out of it. Buried has enough stuff going on that if one of my friends said, let's play Black Ops 2, I feel like I'm feeling some Buried, I would be like, yeah, sure, all right, let's go.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I would definitely be fine with that.
This one is next. Go ahead.
Okay.
I want to hear what you have to say. Go for it.
It's...
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a pretty normie opinion on this map.
Go for it. That's fine.
I think Origins is really cool. I really do think Origins is cool. I like the concept of it. It's one of the first maps I think of when I think of zombies in general. And it's just, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I'm just a big fan of it. Like,
all right, where would you place it?
Definitely either A or S.
All right. Here, let me show you where I would place Origins. The illustrious one.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, maybe not. I maybe put it down here. Okay, hold on. I'm like in between here because I know that it's actually a fairly new opinion. There is this new opinion in the zombies community because it got started by it got started by a bunch of YouTubers that Origins is overrated. Because the setup process is really long, and the Easter egg takes like 40 minutes to go through, and there's just a lot you need to do. This map is a lot.
First off, that's like not something you could objectively say is like a design flaw.
Yeah,
right?
no,
That's
I actually like that. I like the optimization, trying to get your staff as soon as possible. Yep. Trying to get as much done in as little time as possible, while also managing like your weapons for the Panzer and whatnot. I actually really dig Origins.
Like with Moon, for example, all of the issues that you point out are like objective things that you could like it's not like a matter of taste, right? Like I don't think anyone likes the astronaut on Moon.
I've never heard anyone say anything positive about it.
No, like it is, but. Like, it's a pretty subjective thing. Like, I'm not going to say you're wrong if you're like, that's, like, just a lot for me, and I don't really, I'm just not a fan of it. I'd be perfectly fine with that, but at the same time, you can't say that it's like an objective flaw of the map.
I do think the mud is kind of an objective flaw. I think the mud was fucking beyond stupid. I hate the mud, and I hate how it constitutes so much of the map. But that's like the only thing really dragging it down.
Yeah, and I think like in the overall, like looking at all the flaws objectively that a map can have and have had an impact on the gameplay, it's really not the worst thing ever in the grand scheme of things.
There is a reason why Origin still persists as one of the most popular maps, like, in terms of YouTube viewership, because it's just good. Everybody likes it. Like, if I'm looking at this list, if I feel an urge to play zombies, 90% chance I'm going to play Origins, either as the first or second map that I play. You know, like, it's just up there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like, it's one of the first maps that I think of when I think of zombies. It is just, and I think it deserves it. I do. I don't agree with the notion that it's overrated based off of one subjective aspect of the map. I don't think you can really, I don't think you could dog on the map because of that.
All right, Call of the Dead. What do you think about Call of the Dead?
Call of the Dead. That's like the
That's the Frozen one with the lighthouse, George Romero.
Oh. Okay. I think that some parts of it were cool.
I just want to preface this by saying the average zombies community sentiment is that this map is like up here.
Really, I would not. I think that there's a lot of pain points with this map.
I think this map fucking sucks. I think this map is fucking bad. Straight up.
So,
George Romero sucks.
I want to. Oh yeah, of course. I do want to make a distinction here. Are we purely going like? Are we taking into account like the design, like the visual aspect, the kind of like?
I mean, sure.
You know
like,
what I mean?
People love to say that about Moon. Oh, it looks so cool and it's so like it's so inspiring being on the moon. But brother, I don't give a fuck, man. If it sucks to play,
the moon is actually a relatively.
It's a rock. It's a rock. It's a rock in space. It's a fucking white rock in space with craters on it.
Yeah. Now with Call of the Dead, I do think that actually deserves.
God, I fucking hate Moon. Anyway, go on.
I do think that Call of the Dead deserves some point.
Moon sucks! How can you people like Moon? And I'm sorry. Go on.
Yeah, so Moon's bad. Yeah.
Anyway, go on with Call of the Dead.
Yeah, anyway, Call of the Dead, I do think that it is not fun to play on at all from a gameplay perspective, but I think that it is like playing through the map for the first time and like just looking around and just the visual aspect of it kind of keeps it from being like complete unplayable.
All right, so here's where I'm at. George Romero is fucking dog shit. The fact that my retard scrub bitch ass gay lord teammate can shoot George on the opposite side of the fucking map and I get shocked and stunned for it and probably take it down because I'm in the middle of training. Garbage.
And he has so much health, too.
Call of the Dead is perhaps one of the most miserable maps to play with 4 people. Also, remember how I said I hate the mud on Origins and I hate the low gravity of Moon? Well, guess what? This has that, too, with the ice water. Yeah. You've got environmental bullshit that slows you down. You've got George Romero, your teammate shooting him anywhere on the map, slowing you down. You got so many ways that are out of your control that can just get you killed if you're training or running or doing anything that this map is frustrating as fuck. The wonder weapons on this map are the worst in the franchise. They are like worse than the Winter's Howl, or they are worse. They are fucking worse than the Winter's Howl. The Scavenger is on par with the Winter's Howl. The Winter's Howl stops killing by about 50. This fucking Scavenger stops killing around then as well. The Scavenger's cool. But like the fucking the one that gives your teammate insta kill and zombie blood, it's cool on co-op, but on solo it's useless. So this map has the worst wonder weapons. This map has the most like environmental style hazards that can kill you. And this map only has one good area to train really, by the fucking lighthouse. Also, pack-a-punch moving is a very annoying mechanic. And the Easter egg is nothing to write home about either. Like, I don't even really remember the Easter egg steps. It's just fucking lame. This map...
I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't remember anything about the Easter egg for Call of the Dead.
Like,
this was not a map I played extensively.
I know that people love to jack off George Romero, and they love to jack off the star-studded cast of this map. Bro, guys, I'm gonna tell you right now, Call of the Dead, Call of the Dead's cast sucks. There, I said it, and you know what I'm basing that off of? Voice acting. I value voice acting incredibly highly, especially if that's all we're gonna get out of the character. Actors, traditional actors, are not voice actors. Voice acting takes as much talent, skill, and training as regular acting does. I understand Danny Trejo or whoever is cool as an actor, but they suck as a voice actor.
Now, if you don't mind me going on a mini tangent here, because I think this is actually a really good point. A lot of, I don't think it's done as commonly now, but definitely like around this kind of era,
this Hollywood
it was a
era,
big thing. You would see like celebrities in fucking video games all the time.
Dude, look at Megan Fox in Mortal Kombat. They're still doing this shit.
Yeah, like it is genuinely terrible, and I think you can see that. I mean, look at like the Mario movie, for example, right?
Yeah.
And fucking
what the fuck is Chris Pratt doing as a voice actor? He sucks. He sucks. That's part of why the Mario movie just kind of fucking sucked.
Yeah, and I think that we have enough precedent to say that just because you like a celebrity and the celebrity is a voice actor in XYZ doesn't equal like I can fully give that there could be amazing actors, incredibly talented in their field, and they could just fucking suck if you put them in a voice acting position.
Most of them do. No, it's because voice acting is not respected as a legitimate thing. Voice training, dude. Holding a key, just holding one key for an extended period of time, is fucking a challenge and requires training. You get these fucking people who have never done any voice work in their life, and you're putting them in this big blockbuster production.
And I do think that it's almost this is completely outside the map now, but I do think that like if I was a voice actor and I got my job taken from me by like fucking Kevin Spacey or something, and he just completely shits the bed, like, please leave voice acting to actual voice actors. It is much better. Please stop doing that. It does not make that
it shines
cool or
through
anything.
In the performance in Call of the Dead.
Yes.
The only person from Call of the Dead I even remember, because they're all irrelevant fucking losers now that nobody cares about. Yeah, newsflash, that's the other problem with star-studded casts.
Does not age well.
Yeah, Black Ops 1 is what, like a 12-year-old game by this point in time? And 12 years ago, 12 years ago, I was 12. And most of these stars were already in their 50s. So yeah, this was hardcore appealing to the 20, 30-year-old failed dads that were obsessed with COD back during its peak. So yeah, sure, you got these stars that those guys went crazy for, but I, as a 24-year-old in the year 2024, I don't give a fuck about these people. I literally can't even remember these people because they're just that irrelevant and washed up now.
Yeah.
So I couldn't even tell you that the cast was star-studded now.
I definitely think, me either. I think if you were to go up to a random Zoomer and just list these names off, the people would be like, who the fuck is that?
So now what you're left with is a shitty cast that nobody knows of that have no talent with the actual production side or the voice acting side. So you've got the worst voice acting in COD's history with a bunch of irrelevant nobodies playing it up like they're these cool movie stars.
The whole allure of it is the whole movie star thing. But once they're fading into obscurity, the only legs it has to stand on is the actual performance. If the performance is bad, then it's just bad. And that's all you're left with.
Also, not to mention, the map is not interconnected enough. There's one shortcut from the boat to the lighthouse, and that's all anyone ever uses. There's 3 other shortcuts, but they're useless. They don't take you anywhere useful. So the map is basically a giant circle. You start in that area. I don't even know how to describe it. The fucking ice crevasse. Then you go into the boat. then the boat can launch you to the lighthouse, or you go under the ice cave, and now you're like behind the ice house or the lighthouse, and then there's that drop down that takes you back to the start, and it just you take that circle left or right, and it's like there needs to be crisscrossing, like interconnecting, whatever. I don't like this map. Verrucht, World at War Verrucht specifically.
No, I've not played World at War, so I cannot comment.
You haven't played World at War? All right, move over, gay boy. Let me handle this.
Yeah.
So World at War Verrucht is undeniably better than Noct. But here's the other thing. I would rather play on World at War Verrucht than Call of the Dead or Farm, because Verrucht at least has the decency to go quick, and it's actually challenging. And because of the way World at War works, there's only like 24 zombies per wave. So you can actually get through rounds pretty quickly. But Verrucht can't, it kind of stalls out in C tier for me, like hardcore, for the simple fact that, like, so much of it revolves around the trap or the flamethrower. And there's no pack, there's nothing to the map. It's not Black Ops 3 yet, so you can't use more advanced training strategies, and you're not dealing with big hordes of zombies. You're just kind of... It's just lackluster. There's no other way to put it. It is just lackluster. The start is cool, splitting up the 4 players. But yeah, I don't have much else to say about Verrucht other than it's pretty basic. It's got more going on, than these 3. All right, Shadows of Evil. Oh boy, now we're getting into the Black Ops 3 maps.
I'm not even gonna sugarcoat. I'm not gonna act like I don't like this map. I love Shadows of Evil.
Really?
Yeah.
I am not a big Shadows of Evil guy. For me, Shadows is kind of just about here. Where is it for you?
Give me 1 second.
All right. I want to hear your unfiltered opinion before I sully it with my heretical speaking.
Okay, so first off, the aesthetics, the story.
Yeah, the aesthetics are fucking out of the
Easter
park.
egg, the music, like it is by far one of the most ambitious maps that they've done, and I could just applaud them for that right off the bat. And there's definitely, like, I don't know, you could play it solo, you could definitely play it in a group. You could definitely go into high rounds with it. It's one of the most well-known Easter eggs of all time. And yeah, I mean, it's just such a treat to walk around it for the most part.
All right, but where are you placing it?
I would place it... I would put it in A.
All right. Now, I can be swayed to calling it an A map. I'm in the border between A and B. So here's why I'm... Here's my take on Shadows. The first, 20 rounds and the Easter egg are pretty good.
Very slow.
No, I don't think they're slow. No.
Yeah.
No, I think the first 5 rounds are pretty slow, but no.
The first 5, yeah. First 5, not first 1, yeah.
Here's the thing. Shadows has a really good setup process. I kind of like it. Well, okay, here's another thing. I was watching a video that talked about Shadows, and it rose a really good point. Shadows of Evil is perhaps the worst launch map of all time, if you consider that launch maps are supposed to introduce people to the mode, as well as be satisfying to play for people who already know how to play. Shadows is only fun.
Has a lot to it.
Shadows is only fun after you've played it for 20 hours, and you know every little trick, how to do everything. Dude, learning Shadows is it takes a bit. If you bought Black Ops 3 the day the game came out, and you loaded into Shadows, and you were not super big into zombies beforehand, you're gonna get completely overwhelmed, have no fucking idea what to do, and you're gonna just completely stop playing. Shadows is a dog shit map to introduce someone to zombies. If this was the first map you played zombies in, you probably don't have too high opinion of the mode. However, as a standalone map, it's actually pretty okay. My big issue is, 1, the sword. You need the sword if you want to go into higher rounds or just go through rounds quicker. Getting the sword basically means you're done with the Easter egg because you got to upgrade it. And this is where they start making it so you need to do 70% of the Easter egg to get the wonder weapon. which, man, I don't like. I like box wonder weapons. I like having both. I like if you could get the wonder weapon out of the box or craft it. Anyway, I like when they just let you do both. You know, just let me get it out of the box or let me craft it. But make crafting it required for the Easter egg. Anyway,
yeah, so I definitely agree. I do remember playing, like, having some IRL friends hop into Shadows of Evil as a launch map. And yeah, for them, it was pretty miserable when I look back on it. Now, for me, I didn't have as much of a problem with it because I've played zombies more. So it wasn't as completely brutal for me. But I'm also a huge fucking dork.
Now hold on. I'm gonna let you finish, bud.
Okay.
If you're not doing the Easter egg, this map kind of blows chunks. If you just want to
who doesn't do
me, N-word, N-wa, I don't do the Easter egg. I don't want to load up a map just to do the same fucking story mode steps over and over again. Okay? Me. I want to just sometimes play zombies. Actually, most of the time, I want to just play zombies. I just want to grind through rounds, listen to some music. And if you're not focusing only on the Easter egg, Shadows of Evil kind of blows. Because if you're just going to stay in one area and just train, like, what, you just fucking run in a circle in the wall running room, or you just stay in the alleyway with Gobblegums and the Apothecon Servant?
And this is why I put it in A, right? Because I think the maps in S really, like, don't have anything like that. I think that Shadows of Evil has a very specific niche for people who are very into zombies and want to sink a lot of time into it and like the Easter eggs, right? And if that is your thing, it is an S tier map. And if it is not, is anywhere between like a D tier map, if you're completely new and you have no fucking idea what you're doing, to like maybe like C-ish if you're just running around without the Easter egg. But I do think that it fills a niche, and I don't think that even at its worst, it is offensively bad.
All right, the Giant.
The Giant.
Ooh. Would I rather play on the Giant or Der Riese? So hold on, I'm just gonna drop this for a second because I don't want to hold this down on my mouse. This is not the placement.
Okay.
So Black Ops 3 introduced Gobblegums, and that's a bit of an elephant in the room. I don't hate Gobblegums, believe it or not. I hate some of them, like I hate Perkaholic some of the time. Perkaholic makes maps like Ascension just better. Speaking of, where was Black Ops 1 Ascension? Oh, it's like way down there. Anyway, it makes maps where you have to deal with perk stealing way better, because if you get, I don't know if you know this, but if you get a perk from Perkaholic, then you don't have to deal with that at all. Like the monkeys or the astronaut, like you just, you know, you just keep it or get it back.
Yeah.
So, you know, that makes dealing with those mechanics a non-mechanic, which genuinely improves all of the maps where it shows up. The Giant, however, so the gameplay loop in older COD games with Der Riese is sitting on the catwalk or running around spawn. However, the meta for this in Black Ops 3 is sitting on spawn with the Wonderwaff and, like, Deadwire and just, you know, killing things. Like, Black Ops 3, the Giant gets really boring really fast. I always look forward
I would not want to play it over Der Rise for most of the time.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I would rather play the original Der Riese because here's the thing. Der Riese doesn't have enough going on to compensate the new mechanics of Black Ops 3. The double pack, the Gobblegums, new perks, all that shit.
There's some power creep going on.
Yeah, power creep I felt like has made this map worse.
It's trivialized it, yeah, in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I think that's fair. All right, Eisendrache.
Eisendrache.
All right, this is the fan favorite. This is most people's best map of all time. Where would I put this? The bows are cool, but I think getting the bows and upgrading the bows is way too much of a fucking hassle. I don't enjoy. There have been times when I wanted to play DE, but then I go like, oh yeah, I have to get a bow. And then I have to go through the upgrading the bow. And then I just go play like Shadows or Origins or anything else. So I'm telling you right now, I'm not putting this map in S tier. Just for the simple fact that most of the bows are such a fucking pain in the ass to get an upgrade that...
And also, there are some clear, like the meta is, like, Stormbow, kind of... it's not the most interesting after playing it for a while, but...
Yeah, that's the other thing. Because the bows are so strong, you just pick, like, the Void Bow or the Storm Bow, and then you just, like, you can spend 50 rounds sitting in a corner, and that's, like, the optimal way to progress through the rounds quickly. Also, it has a Samantha Says Easter egg step, which I fucking hate, frankly. The boss fight is actually kind of annoying, purely because the panzers are constantly shooting lightning at you, which can quickly rack up to a lot of damage. Also, fucking... Oh, by the way, that's another thing about Shadows that kind of knocks it down a tier for me. It's one of those old Easter eggs where you need 4 people to actually finish it. Like, if you want the achievement for the Arcade 5 and stuff. And I think we are so far past the point of no return on that. That ship has sailed. DE, anyway. Zero Gravity's cool. The map is cool aesthetically. It's fun to play on. I'm feeling like it's either B or A. Like, I'm feeling like it's kind of hovering. Every map in Black Ops 3 just kind of hovers around B or A for me. Because none of them are, like, bad. But I also don't feel like many of them really punch out of that great tier into, like, true all-time greatness status.
Zetsubou.
Oh, Zetsubou. Man, if there ever was an S-tier map. Zetsubou, I like a lot. I like how you can get 50% of the Easter egg done before, like, round 4. Even, like, without Gobblegums. If you're, like, really min-maxing for it at the cost of speed. I really like the fulmigation shit. The boss zombie, I forget what they're called, the, like, Raveler guys. They're kind of annoying. The boss fight is cool. I like the boss fight. I actually really enjoy this Easter egg. I feel like... I don't know. I feel like this is upper A tier. The KT4 kind of blows, though. I like the speed boost that it gives.
I could agree with an A tier. A high A. High A.
Ooh, Gorod Crovey.
This is a cool map. I will say that.
Dude, I'm like...
It's a cool map, but...
I don't know if I'm S or high A on this one. I'm torn. Because, man...
It's a really...
There's a lot going on.
Yeah.
I do not like, per se, the final steps of the Easter egg, where you're dealing with the robot, and you've got to go do, like, the bomb step. Oh, my fucking god. But I also like the tension that it provides.
I like this map a lot. I really like it.
You know what? I'm putting it in S tier.
I think it's really cool. I think that...
I like how you can do stuff like fucking use the MG while you hold the shield out to get, like, shield kills to, like, trick the Easter egg to progress faster. Just about every single step of this Easter egg has a trick to it, where if you know the trick, it's a lot easier and faster. If you don't know the trick, it's kind of sucky.
Yeah, it's tedious.
I like...
There's just so much cool stuff, like the shield, like
getting the helmets.
The gauntlet,
Waiting for the dragon to heat up the egg kind of blows if you're doing that, but, like, that's, like, the only bad part. Yeah, I think Gorod is kind of up here, honestly. Revelations. I'm going to be totally honest with you, man.
Yep.
Oh, wait, what the fuck? I don't like Revelations. I don't like... It's too easy. You've got Gobblegums. You've got every fucking wonder weapon known to mankind. You've got the most room to train ever. This map is super big.
It's
not
pretty
interconnected.
good if you're trying to, like, AFK mentally and you're just talking with your friends. You're just running around, just, like... if you're just wanting to shoot shit and not really do anything, sure.
Yeah, but I don't enjoy that. I like when my entertainment demands more from me and I have to actually use brain power. Yeah, I just don't like Revelations. It's got, like, the best shield. It's got the best wonder weapons. It's got the best training spots. This map is like Buried if Buried went even further on how powerful it makes you. And it's also not interconnected. Every area is just parts of other areas. Like,
This is gonna make people mad, though. This is gonna make some.
Well, yeah, because most of the because this is a Call of Duty game. 90% of the people who are gonna listen to this fucking suck, and this is the one map where they can do good on it. It makes them feel like they know how to play.
Exactly.
Yeah, of course, this is gonna make people mad. The God Mask.
We're gonna hurt some egos here. Like,
dude, let me put it this way. If I click on your Black Ops 3 player record and you've got round like 100 on Revelations, but like under 50 on every other map, you're bad. Shut up. All right, Zombies Chronicles Knocked. I would rather play this version of Knocked than the older versions of Knocked.
Yeah, I don't think that's saying much, but...
Or would I? I don't know, man. I
don't know. I think it's really hard to make this map good. I
can't believe I'm saying this, but I feel like Gobblegums actually make this map better. Fucking round robin to get you through the early rounds.
Yeah, but is that even like that's?
Oh yeah, I'm assuming that you're using the hack to get unlimited. Like I have 999 of every Gobblegum, like even the super rare megas. Like I am assuming that is how you play Black Ops 3. You either play with no megas or unlimited of all Gobblegums. And like from that perspective, I feel like Knocked is better because you can at least get to a point where you're set up. But man, like the only thing you're doing is training. Now, you know what? This map gets C tier for me for one reason. Training in the main area actually requires some skill. So it actually takes brain power. But man, I don't like how you have to use box power and then hit the box constantly until you get the wonder weapon until you get the thunder gun. Like the setup process on this map is dog shit, but once you are set up, it has a really nice flow. Like this is a good TISM map. It really tickles the TISM fancy when you're all set up. Because you only have to move in a box in a very small area, but what you have to do is so tight and mechanically demanding that trying to keep that up for long periods of time is actually interesting.
Yeah, so this is definitely, I think, a different view than a lot of people come at these tier lists at. We're definitely more in, like, the depth and mechanical difficulty and that kind of sector more than anything else, right? Like, it's... Like I think a lot of people would put something like
I think people would put
All the Dead.
Dude, yeah, I think
something
people
like
would
way
put like COD
up because
up here, this up here, like this up here. Yeah, trust me, I know.
Nostalgia, aesthetics.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm also
like,
not factoring nostalgia in. I don't give a fuck about nostalgia, dude. I live in the here and now, not the has been.
Yeah, the moment to moment gameplay and mechanical depth is like numero uno.
Speaking of, yoink.
Don't even have to say anything about that. So I
feel like so this is just Origins but worse because of Gobblegums. Gobblegums degraded the quality of this map, and I think that's going to be a running theme in these remasters. Most of them were made worse by the addition of Gobblegum. Some people could say just don't use it. Well, okay, but you still have double pack. You still have the slide jumping movement, which does actually counteract the mud a little bit. But like, I don't know, man. These maps were tuned for the game mechanics they were built around, and I just feel like most of them are fucking worse without them. Like, it's still Origins, it's still fun, it's still good, but at the end of the day, if I'm not just going up to the perk or to the Gobblegum machine and then popping Perkaholic round 1, I'm just kind of LARPing, aren't I? You know, I'm kind of just pretending like it's harder than it actually is.
Yeah.
World at War.
This is an OG. This is a
World
OG
at War Shino Numa.
Zombies map.
It has the Wonder Weapon. It doesn't have Pact. I kind of feel like this map is C tier. It's either C or B. I'm gonna okay, for all of you like autistic people who jack off to like summoning salt videos, I don't give a fuck about the progression of the round 10,000. It does not affect me at all. You weren't there for it. I wasn't there for it. None of us contributed or were in the community around that time. No, just because you watched that one guy's video talking about the world record progression of this map does not mean you were there, does not mean it changes how this map is, because you look at it differently now. I just want to clear that up right now. At the end of the day, It's still World at War, so there's still only 24 zombies per round. You can still end every round with 2 wonder weapon shots. You still spend half of the round just crouched underneath the flogger. You still have random perks. There's still environmental hazards that slow you down. Is it fun for about 30 minutes? Yeah, sure. But it's so fucking easy that anyone and their mother can get to, like, round 100 on this map. It just takes a couple hours. I have never died on World at War Shino Numa. I've always ended the game. And I've always had to end the game because after about 30 minutes, I get really bored. I would not get bored after 30 minutes of Shadows or Town or any map above it. So for me, this map is like down here or down here. Like it's the low end of C tier. Zombies, Chronicles, Verrupt.
Well, I think this follows a pattern.
Let me think. Let me think. I don't like using box power to hit the box to get an upgraded Wonder Waff. That sucks. Traps, a lot of... There is one thing that makes me want to put it here. It's that there is an actual skill component to the first, like, 20, 30 rounds. Do you know the area where Speed Cola is? It's, like, at the top of that staircase with the door behind it. It's, like, where the Thompson is. If you don't open that door and you just train in that little area, that is actually the fastest way to progress rounds, and it's actually pretty fucking hard. So sitting there is a lot of skill, and it's really interesting. But, man, once you get set up with, like, the Wonder Waff and your Gobblegum and shit, man, this map kind of starts to blow. It just fucking drags and drags and drags and drags.
Yeah.
I feel like this is kind of a fair placement. Shino Numa Zombies Chronicles. Now, you might be scratching your head at this one. This map actually gives Shino with Gobblegums an interesting strategy. You can sit in the back huts, and then it becomes like fucking Five Nights at Copson's, where you're just trying to micromanage like 7 different things.
Yeah.
Because you got to get set up. I know, using box power, hit the box, try to get the ray gun Mark II and the fucking Wonder Waff. It sucks. I know it sucks. But once you're set up, you sit in the back hut and you try to kill things as quick as possible. It's actually a fun little speed run.
Yeah, I think all these Chronicles maps are kind of in the same area for the most part.
Black Ops 3 Chronicles Kino. I don't know what to do with this one. Because I'm just going to drop it here for a second. Sitting in the alleyway with power vacuum is kind of boring. Playing the map the way it's intended, where you're normally just running around, the power creep kind of lessens the map.
Yeah.
You know what? I think I'm fine with putting this in B tier. I think I'm fine with this.
Because Kino is Kino.
It's all right.
You need to really butcher it for it to be terrible.
Oh, dude, well, you know what's funny? There's a lot of people who will tell you Kino's like a C tier map. Like, it's just the basically everything you thought about zombies, the community has basically turned on. Because for some reason, there's like these 4 YouTubers, people like Mr. T-Lexify, who have these just weird ass fucking opinions. Because I guess they just
debug people.
Yeah, because like their audience is mostly children, because it's also Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Zombies Chronicles Ascension is
better. I'm in like culture shock right now. I'm hearing like people think Origins is bad, people think Kino is bad.
It's not
I'm
that
like,
they
what?
think Origins is bad, they think it's overrated. And like people think Kino because no. I remember this YouTube short of this guy, Mr. T Lexify. He was watching someone. They put Kino as in their like top 5 best maps, and this guy was like, brother, there's nothing going on in this map. It's super basic. Like, it's so easy and basic. Like, come on, it's not that good. It's just nostalgia. And it's just, I'm just like, I don't know, man. I think like I don't think it's nostalgia. Like, I've turned on zombies within the last month and played it and enjoyed it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird that like such a small amount of people just completely dictate the entire opinion of the community.
Zombies Chronicles Ascension is better than normal Ascension. First and foremost, let me get this out of the way. PhD Flopper sucks. It's a shitty perk that isn't even that good. You don't need PhD Flopper to not die to Mustang and Sally. Okay, well let me correct myself. You do need that if you suck. The flopping for damage is cool. No, I don't care about glitches or ways to make it do like infinite damage. I don't care. If that is your primary form of dealing damage is flopping with Flopper, dude, that sounds miserable. So what, you run around in a train, run them down a staircase, run up it, and then flop down it to kill the wave? That is miserable! But the fact that I don't have to deal with monkeys and perks and I just have Perkaholic so they can't steal it from the machines, that automatically makes this map way more playable. Shang is made worse by Gobblegums. What makes Shang interesting is the skill involved. Navigating the map, running around. I think Black Ops 1 Shang is an incredibly well-made map. I think Black Ops 3 Shang is kind of bad because it's just so much easier. The actual challenge, like what made the map interesting, is now gone.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of this is a reoccurring theme of power creep with Gobblegums and
I think it's especially bad in a map like Shang because Shang was explicitly made to be a difficult map, and now you're putting in something that completely nullifies the difficulty. And it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Zombies Chronicles Moon. It's
better than
brother. It's still Moon. It's still fucking Moon. It's still Moon. It's still Moon. It's still Moon. No, it's still going in F. It's still fucking Moon. Moon is so bad. The only cool part...
It's better than Black Ops 1 Moon. No.
Okay, alright, I'll give you that. The only saving grace for Black Ops 3 Moon is that it's kind of cool to sit in the tunnel and just go through, like, round 100 in, like, 10 minutes as opposed to, like, 2 hours. World at War Der Riese. I am not going to give this any legend points or any classic points. I'm just going to completely rate the map as a map, if you were to turn it on and play it right now. That being said... I think they're about the same. I just... Everything I said about Black Ops 1, Der Riese... Well, no! Wait! The glitch that causes you to lose Jug with the Wonder Waff is such a glaring fucking problem.
I completely forgot about that.
It is such a completely just fucked up glaring problem.
Yeah, I did not really play World at War, but I do remember
dude, that's actually so bad that I either need to move the giant up one or move this down one. Because I can tell you right now, I enjoy playing World at War Der Riese. I actually do, believe it or not. Like, I enjoy turning... If I'm going to turn on World at War, I'm turning it on to play this, to get that classic vibe. But, man, not being able to use the Wonder Weapon is just not fun. Like, it's not even, like, because it's a glitch. It's just not fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, if I'm going to play Der Riese, I'm never going to play this version of Der Riese. If I'm like, man, I feel like playing Der Riese, I'm going to play the Black Ops 1 version. 5. Any questions?
No.
Really?
No.
Really?
I actually like 5 as well.
That surprises me.
Yeah.
I love 5. Because, yeah, it has a star-studded cast, but it's actual fucking voice actors doing the voices, so it still holds up. And so 5 nails everything. But from atmosphere to the look to the feel. Okay, hold on. 5 with 4
You're
players.
In the Pentagon with fucking
5 with 4 players is down here, but I don't play zombies with 4 players. 5 is really fucking good. Like, the Winter's House sucks. Sure, but by the time it starts hard dropping off in, like, the 50s, that's, like, if I even get to that point in an older COD game, I'm already, like, done playing. Like, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I'm not one of these autistic turbo hyper virgins who have never even, like, seen a porno before they're that big of virgins that they're like, well, you see, the Wonder Weapon, it doesn't go all the way up to like round to the time limit to where the game crashes because I go to sleep with the game paused and then come back. Listen, man,
dude, come on. Like,
if you're talking about high rounding to where you have to leave the game running while you go to sleep to come back later because it's like a 72 hours experience, I don't care. And I think you're a fucking loser and you're lame for doing that kind of stuff. That is so far outside the bounds of how the game is meant to be played that, like, if you can get to like hour 50, you can make it to hour 70, you know? So, like, it's just so fucking boring. However, getting set up on 5 is very difficult and keeps me entertained, and the Pentagon Thief is one of the better boss zombies.
Yeah, 5 is hard. I think that...
Thank you for that comment.
Huh?
Just thank you for that comment out of nowhere.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Like you were saying getting set up is hard. And I definitely remember in the beginning of my zombies career playing 5 and kind of getting fucking knocked around.
Also, the voice work is so good on 5 between the script and the delivery that you probably, unless you're a super big zombies fan, you probably can't tell me more than 3 quotes from all of these maps combined. But I bet you can tell me...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There's a reason why 5 is still a popular meme to this day, because it's just that good. Look, there is a point where you have to rate aesthetic, and when the aesthetic is so good and impactful that, like, 12, 15 years later, people are still memeing about it, you know it's good, you know? But yeah, no, like, the average person could probably tell you at least 1 quote from 5 if they play video games and they're, like, active on the internet. I bet the average person couldn't tell you a single quote from any of these maps. Black Ops 1 Kino is better than Black Ops 3 Kino.
Yep.
I feel like, because it is basic, but I don't think basic is a problem. I fucking hate Nova Crawlers, though. Nova Crawlers make me want to put this map, like, up here. Because, man, Nova Crawlers are fucking bad design. They suck. They slow the rounds down. Man. I will say Kino scales incredibly well. Having 4 people on Kino is a great time.
I personally can't put it below A. I have a personal... I have a soft spot for it. I'm swayed by emotions here.
Oh, I don't have any emotions to Kino. I just like Kino because it's basic and it's good to just turn on and just start playing. One problem with Black Ops 1 though is 90% of the guns in it fucking suck. So like, you know, that game was assault rifle central, dude. Like, yeah, the Galil and the Commando, they're cool, they're satisfying, but like at the end of the day, they're basically the same thing, and they're like the only viable picks. You know, Black Ops 1 was the assault rifle game. So if you aren't like super ultra tryharding, you're probably holding, you know, you're holding the Commando, you're holding the Galil, and you're probably holding like the ray gun, you know? It's like, okay, all right, you know. Running around the stage is nice, getting set up is okay. Once you start getting into the 20s though, it's like, man, oh, you know, I'm getting tired just thinking about it. I'm like top of B, bottom of A.
I'm fine with whatever you do there.
Because here's the thing. Would I rather play Kino in Black Ops 1 over Zetsubou? Depending on the day, yes. Would I rather play Kino over Town? No. Would I rather play Kino over Riese within the same game?
No.
Debatable. 50-50. Would I rather play Shadows or Kino? Probably Shadows. Would I rather play DE or Kino? Probably Kino. Would I rather play Origins or Kino? Probably. Yeah, the more that I'm like, at best, it would be a toss-up if I'd want to play Kino or any of these maps. Or it's a firm no to it's a toss-up. So we'll keep this here for now. Black Ops 1 Shang.
Goated map.
I think Black Ops 1 Shang is a fucking amazing map. I like using the boss zombies as a means to help you. I like how the monkeys steal the power-ups, which can... Everything that's supposed to make this map harder can actually make it easier if you don't get skill issued. The only problem with this map is the fucking pack-a-punch requiring, like, 4 people. Or, I'm sorry, not 4 people. So if you have 4 people, trying to get pack-a-punch opened, unless they're your friends, is not happening.
Yeah, you're not doing that with friends.
Also, the Easter egg fucking sucks. Basically, if you play zombies how I play zombies, you love Shang. If you're an Easter egg fucking goblin, or a public lobby fucking Andy, then you probably hate this map. Or if you just suck at the game. Let's put it this way. You either have to suck at the game, suck Easter egg dick all day, or only play with randos to not like Shank.
Yeah, Shag is a hard map as well. It's definitely a little bit of a skill issue if you're struggling. If that's the reason you don't like the map.
Ascension. I fucking hate Black Ops 1 Ascension, dude. It's super... It's just... It's like... It's a multiplayer map, dude. I don't like multiplayer maps converted into fucking, into zombies maps. I think that works with story mode maps. But...
To be honest, I don't... Being honest, I barely played this map.
Yeah, barely anyone did, because it sucked. The monkeys are so bad they single-handedly ruined this fucking map. You cannot start a game of Ascension right now and casually just go enjoy the experience. Because the moment you start getting set up, maybe you buy a perk or two, those monkeys hit. And then, it's impossible to defend all the perks solo, so you basically just either have to not get perks, ignore it, or, just defend, 1 or 2 perks. So it's just, man, those monkeys legitimately ruined the map. I think it would be a C or B tier map without the monkeys. But, dude, those monkeys are so fucking bad. And I don't give a shit about PhD Flopper. I don't think Flopper is a very good perk. I think Flopper's a B tier perk.
So, in terms of Black Ops 4 maps, I'm very unknowledgeable about.
Here's my opinion on Black Ops 4.